Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't seen my last two videos, then also let me welcome you to Naporia. I'll link those videos down below, but basically this is a new island that'll have 0 cliffs and lots of waterscaping. And let me just say, if you like the color green, then you picked the right video to watch. This, seriously, if you saw my Greencore island, my Greencore island is nothing compared to this. I feel like this is so much more green, so let's go ahead and take a look at what I'm doing here. So for this entrance, I did have some very rough ideas. I basically wanted to have a land bridge, but a land bridge has to go either straight on or also like in a horizontal way. And then I realized that my resident services is off to the right hand side. So I also decided to put a diagonal bridge here. I love diagonal bridges. The struggle to get to them is sometimes a little hard, but we did it. So I placed that one, and then in like a good distance, or what seemed like a good distance, I kind of created a little land bridge. And of course, there's lots of waterscaping. I of course turned the sides into water because this is supposed to kind of be a bridge. And then you'll just see me do a bunch of waterscaping. I'll try and like incorporate some stepping stones and some little islands in between. I'll kind of talk a little bit more about it in just a second. And then also a little heads up, you see a little bit of waterscaping in the background there. Now I've moved to the front so you can't see it. That's good. But there is a little bit of waterscaping already done because we decided to keep the regular museum, the museum tent, sorry. We decided to keep the museum tent because it looks quite cool for this type of theme and island. But if you do want to keep the small museum, then unfortunately you can't move it anymore from the starting position. So I had to kind of keep it where it is. And I didn't think about this beforehand, so I had to kind of make it work. And so that is actually what I started with on this island, is just to do a bunch of waterscaping around the museum and kind of try to tie it in that way. And so that's why there's like a lot of waterscaping in the background already. And that's why also we're going to try and kind of connect the entrance to that waterscaping in a second. So yeah, and then once I've created the diagonal bridge and this land bridge, and then I created a little bit of waterscaping to the left that you just saw with some stepping stones, you see me mark 2 spots here, which is for trees. Anytime you see me kind of dig holes like this, it'll be either for trees or for shrubs, and then I'll kind of do some waterscaping or also decorating around it, and it really helps me a lot. I know you don't have to do this to place trees. You could just place them standing down, of course, or just like standing in front of the spot and just placing the tree, but it really helps me to plan the spots and kind of see what's even possible, because the tree placements in this game are definitely upsetting sometimes. Also, I definitely did not do this entire waterscaping and then realized that I forgot to press record, and then I definitely did not take it down again and then re-recorded it. No, that couldn't be me. That could not be me. Also, I just recently moved, and I'm definitely not sitting here with a blanket over my head, so the echo is a little less. I don't know what you're talking about. The things I do for videos, honestly, it's interesting. But anyway, if you don't know just yet, this island is going to be a kind of lush swamp core, or also on stream, and I think some people commented here on YouTube as well, we've kind of established the term archipelago for it too, which is just like a bunch of little islands, which I think standing in this exact spot right here, you kind of see that that's true. So maybe this is kind of a lush swampy archipelago, kind of. Basically, the idea is to have all of the houses and all of the buildings surrounded by water, and then they're just kind of connected by bridges and land bridges and stepping stones and hopping stones and all that kind of stuff. And I just imagine that to be really, really fun in the end. Also, the map is already looking really fun. I can't wait to see the finished map. Like, I think it's just going to be so cool to look at. And I seriously can't tell you how much fun I've been having with this, just with this entrance build. Editing it was a little bit of a pain because I kept running back and forth. I looked at stuff, and then also I had like different ideas for this area and like an item that I wanted to place down. So I did that, but then I went back to the other area, and it was a little bit of a mess. So I hope it's not too, too stressful to watch or anything. I hope it's okay to watch, but this really just had me too excited, and I kept running everywhere. All right, getting completely sidetracked from the build, let me kind of try and say a few things that I had on my mind. So I did want to have a house right by the entrance, kind of, or like one that you see from the entrance. And so I decided to go for Henry's house. I don't yet have the DLC on this Switch, so I can't change the houses. And I kind of wanted a house here that kind of looked like it belonged, you know. And I think Henry's house does fit the theme a lot. So I put Henry's house right here, and then of course again I did all the waterscaping around the house because I do want them to all be on kind of like an island. And then I did think of the fact that you have to kind of access the beach, so I included those 2 stepping stones to the front, and just kind of tried to find a way to like you know, be able to fit a few more trees and decorations. And speaking of trees, that's exactly what I'm doing now. All of these little holes, I'm trying to map out some trees, and then I realized that some of them don't fit, and then I go for the vines instead. Honestly, the 2.0 update I think has opened up a lot of possibilities in terms of like no cliffs, because it gives you tons and tons of items that all have like a very good height, and so you can do builds without cliffs that still have like a lot of depth and height and stuff. And yeah, it's been a ton of fun. And then I tried fitting my codes onto this land bridge. You will see a bunch of code struggle today and pathing struggle. I have to be honest, I already took some out that I did right by the entrance, right by the airport, because it was just a pain to watch, and I took it all down again. I don't know what happened. I think the path that I will be using in a second, as beautiful as it is, it has very like clean edges, so it almost looks like a perfect circle if you were to place it down just with the 4 corner pieces. Here you go, I'm talking about this one. Also the blue flower pathing, and I just couldn't make it look natural for the longest time. And then I ran into issues like symmetry, which just on like a natural island, kind of what this is supposed to be, it didn't feel right, and I just kept changing it. I know this must be a little bit hard to watch, but I do hope that I cut it kind of down to the manageable amount of struggling. Also, if you do see any codes that I'm either using right now or in my kind of custom designs app, I do have them all linked on my card, like all the codes I'm using on this island. I will go ahead and link that website for you down below. And I also made a video out of the code shopping that we did on stream, which I will also link down below, because there's a ton of other codes as well that we didn't end up taking, but that might be perfect for your island, because for me, it was just important that all the codes kind of matched together. And there were quite a few that I really love, but that I just wasn't able to make them work with like the rest of the codes that I had. Also, speaking of streams, if you do want to see me continue builds on this island, because I don't know how many like speed builds I'll make, go ahead and follow me over on Twitch, twitch.tv/sparksby. We'd love to have you over there. It's always a ton of fun to kind of build in real time and just hang out. So yeah, go ahead and follow over there. Also, if you do hear any construction noises in the background, I am so sorry, but I have procrastinated this voiceover for way too long, and it's generally been very long since I've recorded one, so I feel like I'm very out of the loop right now, and I just kind of need to get it kind of done with. But since I moved into a new apartment that's kind of like in a new area, there's a lot of construction going on all the time, so I think the only time for me to do voiceovers without any interruptions would probably be on like a Sunday afternoon or something. So yeah, and so I hope that that's okay. In true no tile left behind fashion, as I like to always decorate, of course, I make sure that I kind of cover every single tile. I have to say I did leave a few open though, like where I put like fencing or something. I actually didn't put something underneath. And I'm not hating how it looks. I'm actually kind of liking how calm it is. And yeah, lots of shrubs. I think they are by now like my favorite item to decorate with. I don't know if you can call them an item, but I really seriously love to decorate with shrubs. And then the wheat fields. I've discovered the wheat fields for a green island too. I was kind of not sure if it was going to work, but I'm really loving it so far. And then I think the reason why this island is making me so happy right now is because it includes all of my absolute favorite items and my absolute favorite color, green. Because like, I don't know if this is because I had a plant core island that I worked on for like a very long time and it just really conditioned me to do that. But every single time I kind of go and look for some items to decorate with, or I try to fill my storage with like items that I'll use in the future, I just tend to really gravitate towards green items. Like the mushroom partition is one of my favorite items. And like every furniture piece, I kind of go for like the green customization too. So I think that's just really helping me love this island, because I'm able to use all of those things, and like the rock items too, which I absolutely love. It's just really so much fun. I do change a few things here and there, of course, you know, as time goes on and as I run back and forth in this area quite a lot. I notice like a few things that might just not be perfect, you know, that might just not have like the desired kind of look for me. So don't be afraid to kind of tear some small things down again. But also, and this is something we talked about on stream just very recently, trust the process. Oftentimes, areas look super weird until you start adding the details. Like for me, usually my process is I kind of create the basic land and waterscaping, and then I figure out kind of a path. So I know where I can even decorate, where I even have space to decorate. And then I start spreading around trees and like the big items. And oftentimes they can look so out of place because it's just an item on like bare ground or something. But then once I add like flowers and shrubs in between, little weeds here and there, some codes underneath some items, it really makes the entire area tie together. So don't despair if it's not looking like perfect from the very start. Kind of keep going and then maybe adjust some small details later on, like this cosmos shower right to the right of the entrance and stuff like that. And on to some more path struggles. Here I did want to include kind of Henry's house as well. I was struggling to decide which was part of the entrance still and which wasn't. Because like this could be considered not part of the entrance, but you do see it from the entrance. So I don't know. I'll include it anyway, because I do think it's kind of nice to see this part as well, because like I said, it's visible from the entrance. So yeah, I'm rambling. I don't know. Like I said, it's been quite a while since I've done this and I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, more pathing. This was also an area where I struggled. I remember I did leave this in though, because I feel like this is an area where it's a little bit more interesting to watch, because I made like different types of pathing kind of work with each other, like the 9-tile pathing to the right, and then this is like the single tile pathing, and then like the planks to the house. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to have one single tile pathing or like two, how to like include the planks. So this was a bit of a struggle, but yeah, I did get to like a point where I did like it. You will see that in hopefully just a second, and then again worked it in with like a few more decorations. I would love to hear what type of island you're currently working on, if you do want to share, because I feel like it's been quite a while since I asked that, and sometimes this kind of changes. As for me, of course, I'm working on this island at the moment. I just basically started working on it on like a very green, lush swampy archipelago, I think the name was. I don't know. It's not really the best name, because you don't exactly know right off the bat kind of what it's supposed to be, but we'll go with it. Lush swampy archipelago, or just lush swamp. I don't know. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. And then I'm also working on my Four Seasons island still, which is actually more than halfway done, I think. Like we've done quite a good chunk in spring and summer. We just were working on the fall section yesterday on stream, which was so much fun, and it's coming together and it's making me very happy because the seasons are actually working together. We just have winter to tackle, which I'm a little nervous about, because I feel like that's the hardest to kind of bring the vision across, but we'll figure it out. And then speaking of winter, I'm actually also still working on a winter island. It's the end of January, and I still have a long way to go. I don't exactly know what to do with it. I probably should just continue it and like finish it, and then I don't know, just kind of share it, and whoever can get some inspiration from it can. And I don't know, winter islands are so hard. But yeah, those are the 3 islands that I'm currently working on. So green, lush swamp island, you know, the seasonal one with lots of different parts, and then the winter island that has more of like an icy color scheme. So lots of blue and white and kind of frosty green maybe. Yeah, it's been a ton of fun. I'm really liking all the islands. Just winter seems to be a challenge because I feel like I need to finish it a little bit more quickly, because like it feels like time is running out. But yeah, but I'm super excited to work on this island a little bit more in the future too. I've been holding off the past few days because I haven't been able to finish editing this. And now that I have, I feel like I can finally kind of decorate this island a little bit more, and it's so much fun. I've started spreading all the houses around like very randomly, because you know, they're all going to be like on the base level. They're all going to be on the ground floor. What do you call it? Ground floor, base level, on the ground, I don't know. And I will just put some waterscaping around them. So I've just been spreading them around, and then I think the next step will be to kind of do some waterscaping and figure out the pathing in between. And then lots of decorations, lots of trees, lots of green, of course. I do think I'll need a bunch more shrubs too. I do have like a storage in the back that has a bunch of trees and shrubs, so I can just grab them as I need them. But I will need so many more, I think. And something else that I think you might have seen me decorate now with is the pumpkins, like the pumpkin plant crop. I think pumpkin crops, and also the sugar cane, I think it is, because they're green and they fit perfectly into the overgrown vibe. And I've been really enjoying it because they have a very good height, and so sometimes they're the best possibility between like a weed and a shrub, let's say, and like an alternative to a flower. It's a lot of fun. Decorating these small little islands can also always be a little bit of a task because you can't really access them perfectly. So even though I did the waterscaping first, sometimes you see me kind of destroy it a little bit again to add some items, you know, and then here is kind of the part where I run back and forth and I continue decorating this little island, and then I hop over and do something else, and it's just, yeah. Also, I do want to mention the pink flowers. There are certain shrubs with pink flowers on them in this build, and even in the finished product kind of walkthrough that I'm giving you at the very end. That's because they are currently in season. I'm playing on this island in like April, middle or end of April. April is tough to play in because there's the cherry blossom season, and like I don't think this island really works with the cherry blossom trees. And then there is bunny days, so I think half of April I can't really play in because it's just no. I don't want eggs to be on my trees, and I don't want to see Zipper run around and jump around, and you know. But yeah, I think I'm playing in April, and these shrubs, the pink shrubs, are currently in season, and it's not great. And I think for the DA, I could do some time traveling and actually get rid of them. I think if you time travel like out of season of these, and then time travel back into the season, just like backwards, none of the shrubs will have flowers. So my plan is, before uploading the DA, I'll kind of travel to winter because I'm not using holly shrubs on this island. So that would be okay if those are kind of like in season. So I'll time travel to winter and then all the way back to April probably. And then I think it should work. Fingers crossed, because the shrubs that the pink flowers are on are beautiful because they have all these different shades of green involved. But the pink flowers just, I don't know, you know? Also, something else I discovered while working on this island is the corrugated iron fence that you kind of see in the back right there, in the green customization. And this is your reminder to use the fence customizations and to use different types of fencing to decorate with. I keep forgetting about them. I love decorating with fences ever since I did my no terraforming island, where towards the end I really used fences like everywhere and for everything. But I keep forgetting the customizations, and I keep forgetting the new fences too. Like I keep just decorating with the ones that we've had for so long now. But it's just been like, look at that fence. I love it. I really do. And there's like more than that too that are incredible. Yeah, and then here, you know, we're just adding some like overgrown items for Henry's place. I will be adding like in front of his house, because you can't like plant anything where I'm like putting the little stone cones and stuff. My plan is to at some point add the picture on like a little wooden stool or something. I don't have Henry's picture just yet, so that has to wait. But for me, that's always something I love to do, is to put the pictures in front of the houses, because for people that are touring the island, it's really easy to see who's living where. And then also, I don't know, I just think it's like a very pretty item to decorate with, and like an item that I usually wouldn't use for anything. And so I've just made that like a habit on all of my islands, I think. And it's been a lot of fun. And then here, I think we're getting closer to the end of the decorating. So I'll say thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope that you did enjoy it. I hope that it was okay to watch. I hope the voiceover was okay with the echo and maybe some of the construction noises. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more of this island in the future, or more of my other islands. And then also, once again, if you do want to follow me over on Twitch, then go ahead and follow at twitch.tv/sparksby. I'd love to see you in the next stream. And then I will just leave you with the final walkthrough and say have an awesome time, and I'll see you in the next video.